Philippines or Dutch East Indies? I'm thinking the Indonesians. Hello, and this is my second video. I know you can probably count, but anyway, so it all began mid-1500s. The Majput Empire was at its decline, and this was because its greatest leader, who cured its instability, died. That caused the collapse of the empire, and it shattered into several like little sultanates. This is what actually brought the Borneo Empire into view, but that's besides the point. European colonists were like, hey, there's some like practically free land over there. They don't have European technology like we do, unless that stinky China that we've been trading with gave it to them, but honestly, we can just attack them. They don't have good formation anyway. So that's exactly what they did. Now, there are four main competitors for Indonesia. Those were Spain, Portugal, Britain, and the Dutch. Now, Spain and Britain simply just wanted to take resources from the region, not colonize anything, and to simply export it. But the Portuguese and the Dutch wanted more. Now, the Dutch had recently lost the Cape Colony to Britain after the Napoleon just like did their stuff to them. They kind of like annexed it. So the Dutch created officially the Dutch East Indies, and they gave it sufficient amounts of autonomy. Now, to my understanding, Portugal didn't do this, so they didn't thrive. Now, both Portugal and the Dutch conquered territory. And how were they able to do this without Spanish or British influence? Well, because the Dutch gave the Dutch East India Company so much autonomy, it kept the British at bay because of their success and how they can arm themselves with weaponry and stuff. Now, they first began landing on several fortified port cities and establishing themselves there. The small sultanates that were there couldn't do much against the Dutch or the Portuguese. Now, the Portuguese didn't really meet their peak at all, but the Dutch were not done conquering anything. After this, they went after the island of Borneo, then several of the other islands here. Then they kind of attacked the Portuguese in their Dutch areas, or in the Indonesian areas, sorry, and left them with Timor-Leste today. Now, after this, they basically had kind of full dominance in the region. However, the British did still exert their control in Malaysia. Spain was completely kicked out. They were given World War II. They were invaded by Germany, and Japan. But here's the thing: after Japan attacked, because the Dutch were undermining them, because they put Dutch priorities over that of Indonesian priorities,